Good evening, Hotfix Nation, and welcome back to another episode of Hidden Heroes. This is, of course, the Hotfix show where we showcase speedrunners who are part of marginalized communities and the games that they're passionate about and that they want to show off. This episode comes off the heels of the Disability and Neurodivergence special, which took place a little under 2 weeks ago. During that special, we managed to raise over $7,800 for the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network, all of it showcasing speedrunning talent who identified as either neurodivergent or disabled in any way. We had such a special event. It was really just a wonderful outpouring of support. And again, we are so thankful to all of those who tuned in and donated for the D&D special. We had so many people who submitted to that event. We really had a lot of people that submitted, and we just couldn't accept everyone. We had only a weekend to work with, but we did have several runs that were on backup, and that is what we are going to be showing off here tonight. Up first, we will be having Auclair Delalin running Klonoa Door to Phantomile from the Klonoa Phantasy Reverie series. And then we're also going to be having Peter Afro with Rocket Knight. And then we'll be ending the show off with another fellow showrunner who did so much to organize for the D&D special. It's not even funny. And it'll be Satan herself with World of Goo. So we've got a great group of gamers and some really great speedruns for you all tonight, so make sure you stick around. For the shirt bit tonight, we've got this shirt from GDQ 2025. And speaking of, I do want to shout out Awesome Games Done Quick 2026, which is very rapidly approaching with only about 3 weeks and some change to go. So that'll be live in Pittsburgh, PA from January 4th through the 10th. Registration is still available now through the event. So if you want to register and you want to go in person, it's going to be a really great time, if a little bit cold. So you can visit gdq.gg for more information on that. But with that, I am ready to hand it over to Lynn with Klonoa Door to Phantomile Any Percent in all of its glorious 2.5D. So welcome on, good luck, and take it away.
Hello everyone, and more precisely, hello Mother and New Legend, who are also two runners from the Klonoa community as well. I will present to you Klonoa Door to Phantomile remaster version, so from the Klonoa Reverie series. And this will be an any percent run in easy and standard mode. I will explain what is the easy and standard mode. Standard mode is opposed to support mode, which is two-player mode, and the timer will start now. Okay, we are going with this run. And so we are playing in easy mode because the easy mode has a lot of optimizations and skips, because we have a lot of lives, so we'll use a lot of damage boost and a lot of different optimization for this run, probably more than in other categories. So that's why I like to run in easy with this game. So Klonoa, as stated in introduction, is a 2.5D game, which means that we control Klonoa in a 2D and in a 2D environment. I mean, I control Klonoa in 2D, but the environment is in 3D. This means sometimes we will use the perspective to go back and forth through the levels. And you will see that at the end of this level. I just have to throw this guy here to get rid of this green guy. And I will use this enemy here to go up on this platform. And this platform has a different perspective, which is why I call the game 2.5D. This game has been originally released on the PS1. So it's quite an old game now, but the remaster has been released in 2022, I think. So that's why it looks beautiful, which was less the case, obviously, in the PS1 version. But the PS1 version was actually excellent for a PS1 game at its time. And so we are reaching a second level here in the mines. We'll have a small portion here in which I will just have to wait until the whale goes off. And so it led me the occasion to say that the game is divided in visions, which are levels, actually. And there are 6 worlds divided in 2 visions each. And at the end of the second vision, every time we'll have a boss fight, which will be the case at the end of this second section. second vision, sorry. And so at the end of this level, we'll have our first boss fight. You may have noticed it, but the main particularity with this game is that we can grab enemies to throw them into other enemies or use them to jump higher. And we will see this in a few seconds because I will try to do one of the first big skips in the run, which consists in grabbing an enemy here, this purple guy here, and I will use it to grab this guy here and to reach directly the ending platform. So I said we will meet our first boss fight, which is this creature, Rongolango. It's actually extremely simple in this version of Klonoa, because we only have to trap it in this cycle. So it's extremely easy as the first boss fight. Don't worry, the other boss fight will be harder. This one is really a joke. And yes, I'm skipping all the animations, so we don't really care about the story in this speedrun, sadly. The story of Klonoa is quite amazing for its time. It does some really, they tried to do some ambitious stuff for a children game, especially for its time. So I encourage you to discover Klonoa if you don't know this game yet, because it's an extremely good game. The first game is my favorite one, but the second one is also really good. And for the second world, if I can say so, so Vision 3, we can see that the levels get more and more complex. Mostly with keys to open the doors and with more use of the perspective. So as you can see in this section, there are 2 eggs in the background. I can use an enemy to destroy these eggs. I won't do it because I'm speedrunning in any person, so I don't care about that. But I could do it. As well, this green enemy out there, I could use it to go higher. I did not use the enemy to go higher because I have the better technique, but it's what the game wants us to do in the beginning. So I'm already approaching the end of the level, and I will try to do a skip which uses as well the perspective of the game. Once again, I completely messed up. I wasn't supposed to throw this guy, so I won't do the skip because I wanted to reach the upper platform from here using the enemy I grabbed and accidentally throw away. So we won't see the skip here. But anyway, we already reached the end of this level, so it's not a big loss for this skip, hopefully. We reach now the 4th level of the game, and this one is really interesting because we will have a boss fight at the end, and there is something really strange about this boss fight. We want to get a specific number of green gem. You can see my counter of green gem in the upper right side of the screen, and I want to get 64 gems when I will be in the boss fight, because this will trigger in some way some really interesting RNG and allow me to do the boss fight in a minimum of time if I don't mess up, because I will have to do something which is a bit hard to do during this boss fight, but getting 64 gems when entering this boss fight allows me to get a better RNG anyway, so I will try to do it, and I will try to optimize the boss fight. I will be more precise when I will enter the boss fight, because what I will try to do is really specific to this fight. So, okay, I just have to check my number of gems here. I'm 29, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I will probably have to get the missing one at the end. Yeah, I will lose like 1 or 2 seconds won't be a big problem. But from now, I will try to check my number of gems and try to not mess up. I think I can do that. Okay. Not perfect. I will have to grab 4 gems at the end. But anyway. Okay, I'm good. I'm good with this. Not the perfect one, but I have 64. And it's time for the second boss fight. Is this fish with this guy here? The technique here is to grab the black enemy here and throw it in the fish. And I want to grab the enemy. Oh, too bad. Oh no, that's bad. That's disappointing because I had the technique and I messed up. Actually, I wanted to avoid one of the attacks from the boss because this attack is really long to execute. So I don't know what's happening right now. Okay. Okay. So we will have one iteration of the attack I didn't want to have. So, oh no. Okay, that's strange. I don't know what happened, but that's good for me. So I guess it's okay. But that was not supposed to happen this way. It was supposed to do an attack which involved throwing bubbles in the whole screen, and this attack takes a very long time to happen. So. That's a good thing for me. It didn't happen. And to answer the question in the chat, what got me into running Klonoa? I discovered Klonoa almost a year ago, I think. I had the demo when I was a child, the PS1 or PS2 demo, I don't remember. And when I saw a remaster of the game, I decided to try it. And I instantly fell in love with the first game, and I decided to try the speedrun. Yeah, and thanks Neil for the precision, because that was really strange what happened. Usually when things happen the way it happened, it's supposed to do the bubble attack, so it was strange. But to talk more about this level, this explains the Klonoa being more and more complex as long as we go through the levels, because in this level we'll have to open a lot of doors like this. So you saw that for the first door I had to go to meet that red hair person in this house, and for the second one I had to go to the background, and it will be more and more complex to reach the other part of the levels. Okay, I will try to. I guess I got the. Yeah. This is a small trick here. I used some. I don't even know what to get a small boost and avoid the enemy. So it was good, and I reached the key here to open the next door. I have to keep this pink enemy here because it will allow me to skip a small portion in which I will have to wait for rolling enemies to pop. These ones I cannot grab them until they unfold in a way. So I was able to skip this part, and now I will try a small skip, but will probably fail. Sorry. This one is one of the skips I never succeed to do so, and so too bad. Really, this one is extremely hard for me to perform. It is possible to reach the platform just by flying, but it's extremely precise, and it happens regularly that I fail this skip. But the important thing here is to keep this pink guy once again, because it will be useful at the very end of this level. So I have to do this whole scroller phase, keeping this enemy. So it's something you have to learn how to do it, but it's really important that I keep this guy here. So it's a bit of slow part for the round for the moment. It will be the only one left, with the first one being the rail part in the second level. So don't worry, we won't see any boring part like this once again. But you can enjoy the incredible music for this game, because the music is great, truly great. So I can use this enemy here to directly break this box. Oh, I failed. Please. Oh, that's good. Okay. I have to do a very precise jump here to avoid taking the yellow guy you can see at the right part of the screen. So still a skip. And as well, I was able to use the pink guy to destroy the box without waiting for the yellow guy to be available. So we're good. And we are reaching the end of this level already. I just have to grab this green flying enemy, and this is the end of this level. So you can figure out the levels are being more and more complex. And the next one will be a step further in complexity, because this level is almost a maze. So to begin with, I will use this enemy, and this is important that I land on the platform before the animation goes on, because yes, the animation of the platform moving was triggered during the animation. So it was a big time save here. But as you can see, there is this mechanism which is inactive here, and the idea of this level will be to activate this. But we won't do it in a conventional way. You will see. I use the key to open this door, and the idea here will be to reactivate the whole mechanism, and to do so we have to get the key once again. Here it's an extremely complex part. I really don't want to die. Okay. Okay, I just have to activate this, so this opens this trap door here, and actually, in the lore and story of this game, we are supposed to save someone which is at the top of this tree house, and we also meet the main enemy. I mean, I don't know how to say it, but it's a clown. It's like yeah. We have a word in French for this, but I don't have the English one, but we say the right hand. It's like the right hand of the main enemy. It's this clown here we saw for like 1 millisecond, because we totally skipped the animation. But don't worry, we'll see it when it will be time to fight it. So we're good for the moment. Oh, and great for running this game at GDQ. We need more Klonoa runs. And I see it's extremely popular in English-speaking speedrun events. Less popular in France. We need to change this. So, in the meantime, I activated the mechanism. You can see the wheels here being activated once again. But we still have to get at the top of this tree house. And to do so, I have to keep this green enemy here, and you will see something we'll do a lot of time in the future. Pushing this enemy to pass this door. And this is a special move. It's not really designed to be done this way. but I can use this enemy here to reach the platform here directly. And I'm also optimizing some work here to reach the top of the tree. And don't worry, we'll see some other enemy squishing techniques once again in the future. So don't worry about that. For the moment, we just have to reach our next boss fight. And to do so, I just triggered the checkpoint. So the checkpoint wasn't necessary, but it's a cue point for me to know when I can go to not be hit by the spiky thing here. And we are reaching our next boss fight. This boss fight has two specificities. We can skip one of the phase. I will try to do it, but the skip is really hard to do. And there is something we call the granny percent, which involves hitting the red-haired person here, like this, to trigger a special dialogue at the end of the boss fight. But for the moment, too bad I failed. I was supposed to use the red enemy to hit the boss before the triggering of this animation, which takes a lot of time. Too bad. Anyway, okay. Oof. Still one phase. I really messed up with the I really messed up with the with the skip. Too bad. Okay, we're done. I will let the small animation, even if it's French, I will let the small animation in which she will get angry at us for hitting her with the moo, which are the enemies in this game. Okay, we are a bad boy for doing that. Okay, we don't care about the rest of the dialogue. Only this part was specific because she gets angry at us for hitting her with the moo. Okay, so the next two levels will be way more comfortable to run with. No maze anymore. We still have to be careful, but it's easier, to be honest. Only one thing specific with this level is that I won't take a lot of checkpoints, so I have to be careful anyway, because I won't take any checkpoint except the very last one in the level, so I really don't have to fail anything during this level. Okay. Because if I fail something and die, I will have to restart back from the beginning. And so this kind of things explains the estimate of 57 minutes. Even if my PB in RTA is 49, it's because there are some situations in which dying makes you lose like 3 minutes. So, yeah, this game is unforgiving, even if it looks cute and everything, it's really unforgiving. And even if we play in easy mode, it's totally unforgiving for these reasons, because we use a lot of very dangerous skips. So for the moment, it's still calm, but during the second part of the run, it will be another something else for the skips. And speaking of the second part of the run, will you reach it soon, even if we already did more than half of the levels? It's just the 4 last levels are extremely long and count for more than 1/2 of the run. So I was talking about complexity in this game, and levels getting more and more complex. The last 4 levels are something in terms of complexity. All different, but very complex every time. But for the moment, it's what I call the calm before the storm, because those 2 levels are way easier than the one before. So we're good for this one. No really new mechanics. Actually, I think these levels are preparing you when you are discovering the game to something that happened at the end of this level. Something extremely ambitious for a game, especially a children game in this area, because we won't see it on screen, but there is one main character dying at the end of this level. So it was quite surprising when I discovered the game to discover this. Okay. We discovered also this kind of intertals here. We already saw some of them, but there will be more regular from now. And we also discovered these ghost enemies. I think we never saw them before. Maybe in the level before, but we almost ignored them. Yeah. There is nothing really interesting to say about this level, sadly, because it's really way easier than anything we saw before. But there is an interesting boss at the end with a very specific strat or mechanic. I don't know how to call that actually, but I will explain. So this boss right now have 4 spots and 2 lives per spot. We have to destroy these spots using the enemies we have at our disposition, and the attacks are random, so it can be dangerous like this. Oh, okay, this was risky but extremely good. Okay, we good. And so the thing with this boss fight is that the attacks are totally random. So we just have to get a good pace, and sometimes it can be trolling. But this pace was actually good. And so, as I said, we totally skipped the animation in which one of the characters dies, sadly. But now we are entering the second part of the run, the 4 last levels. And those levels are way longer than anything we saw before. And to begin with, this one have a specific mechanic. We have to get 4 colored orbs. So 1 blue, 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green orb. And so we have to enter 4 different sections. We will start with the red orb here. The red orb might be the hardest one to get, and the more punishing one if I fail. So I start mechanically with this one. I have to trigger this platform. I don't care about the other one, sorry, because I will use a trick you saw before. I was thinking you will see this once again, and this is starting. We'll use this technique a lot, pushing the enemies to get them to place they are not designed to go, and so we can get the red orb already in a way faster way than intended in the game. So let's head to the blue gem, the blue orb. Sorry, I'm missing because I run also Crash Bandicoot, and in Crash Bandicoot this is gems. But it's still collectibles and stuff. But here it's not really collectibles, it's more like switches or something to open the door. And let's head to the blue one. You can see in the background here, it's another section. Here I grab this enemy, I throw it in the air because I won't have the momentum. Oh, I would have, sorry. Okay, this is a mistake, and I don't really know how to correct this mistake. To be honest, I don't really know. Oh, okay. Okay, I lost like 5 seconds. I accidentally thrown the enemy. I did not want to do that, so yeah. For safety reasons, I had to grab another one. Because let's play safely in this kind of situation, because I didn't know where was the previous checkpoint. So I think you probably figured out what are the checkpoints in this game. One of the main subject and thematics of these games is dreaming. So these things are actually checkpoints. Here I stand there to grab this enemy. Okay, I'll go up here, grab this guy, and go there to grab... Oh, I missed the checkpoint, but it's not a problem because there is one not far away, so... and it's not dangerous. I just have to grab this enemy to trigger the switch to open the door. Let's get to this other switch here to open another door. And let's get back, get the checkpoint. Yeah, still important. I mean, there is no way I die here, but still a safety, and we don't lose time doing this, so let's get to the checkpoint. And it's done for the green orb. It's time to get the last one, the yellow one. So I was seeing the levels were way longer than before, and you can see it's not a lie, it's really longer than before, and all the last levels will be like this. So yeah, that's why I was calling these 4 levels the second part of the run. So to get the yellow orb, I will have to get up there like this to avoid the fire. You can see the yellow orb here. I will use this enemy to destroy this one, which can troll us. And now I have to grab this green flying thing here. I absolutely have to get as close as I need to trigger the apparition of this green enemy, and I grab the yellow orb. That was a small skip I used there to directly reach the platform. And this is the end of this level. It was Vision 5.1. Let's get to Vision 5.2. Vision 5.2 is a quite different level. This time there is no orbs or things to collect. We will have a night and day mechanic. So during the day we can grab enemies and everything is good, but when the darkness is falling, we cannot grab enemies anymore, and there are these platforms appearing. Oh, okay. It's not a problem because I can use this to grab this enemy as it's the day once again to grab the platform. Okay. When we are in the background, there is obviously no night and day alternative. But because of these cycles, I will have to be quick and to be, I will have to optimize everything during this level. Because if I mess up, I will have to wait one cycle, which is extremely long to get back to what I was trying to do. So I have to be performant in this level specifically, because losing one cycle is extremely time consuming. So here we are supposed to destroy these armored enemies, but I can just use in easy mode the damage boost, because I have so many lives. I can totally get hit here without dying. I don't really care. But yeah, we are approaching one of the key points of the run, but for the moment we have to use this enemy here and to be careful to trigger this switch And this will allow me to do this whole part in one cycle, so it's extremely good. And so now we are reaching one of the hardest parts of the run, something we can hardly do in one try. It happens, but it's extremely rare, which is something here. I will try to reach this checkpoint here. Oh, but as you can see, it's extremely hard to reach. I can assure you it can be reached this way. And this checkpoint is unreachable physically. I can only reach it with my attack. But to reach it, I just have to die. Because now it's a checkpoint. I will just reappear up there. So I escaped the entire portion of the game in which I had to trigger some switches and everything. So yeah,
Nice.
it's a really big skip. So it's still, it's still worth trying it until it works. And so now we are reaching the next boss, which is Joka. Do you remember I told about the right arm of the main boss? It's this guy, the clone guy. It has a bit of a Kefka vibe if you played Final Fantasy VI. Like the evil clown vibe. We had to hit it 3 times like this, and afterwards it will transition into night phase. So in night phase it will be unhittable, the enemies will be unbeatable as well, and I will have to recolor the whole ring in yellow by working on the different blocks like this. As I'm in easy mode, I can just rush because I don't care being hit here. I have so many life, I really don't care about getting hit in that phase. I just want to avoid another attack. So this one was really good. And now I just have to grab this enemy. Okay, he's jumping. There is one chance out of 2 to see him jumping like this, and we really don't want to see a jump because it's harder to beat when it's jumping. Okay, we're good. Okay, this was a good boss fight actually. And why? Whoa. Okay, I'm looking at my splitter and this is a PB pace.
Nice.
So now we are reaching the last 2 levels, Vision 6-1. It's still a long level, but this one will be way shorter than intended in the game because we'll totally break this level. And really break the level and will not do anything like the game wants us to do it. Because we can get this enemy here, squish it once again, always this technique, and we are supposed to destroy crystals. But we can destroy the crystal here, which is way easier. So this was part 1 of totally breaking this level, but it's not over yet. Because now we can access the red crystal place like this, and it's time for another skip. This is one of the hardest skip in the whole game. Actually, we want to destroy a green gem, and I will try. Okay, that's good. I will explain. Don't worry, I will explain. We are using the 2.5D aspect of the game to play with perspective and reach the end of this level section. And we did it backwards, actually, because we are supposed, in this part, we are supposed to go the other way and at the end of the level destroy the green crystal to get to the end of this section. So we did it backwards, destroyed the green crystal, and afterwards got to the end of the section with the green crystal destroyed. And so this allowed us to skip totally a blue crystal which exists. We have to destroy a blue crystal originally, but here using this skip, we totally skipped this part. We'll just get the yellow crystal, the green crystal, and the red crystal. So the yellow crystal is here. Let's destroy it this way. And it's not over yet. We still have some way to destroy this level. It's not over. Because we grab this green enemy here, squish it once again. Actually, to squish the enemy, I just have to push the down button when I'm heading to the door. And now I can use this enemy to get there, which is not supposed to happen. So we are totally destroying this level. And this is over. We are already reaching the end of this level. And this was destroying level 6-1. Okay, so we are entering level 6-2, and let me correct something, we are not in a PB pace. It was just comparing to the average time. We are actually like 20 seconds away from my PB, which is an extremely good time, I have to admit. So it could happen, but I won't bet it will be a PB. But for the moment, we are reaching the very last level of the game. And this level also have some skips. I just have to focus a bit on this part because I have to get hit multiple times by this enemy, and you can see it's risky, extremely risky, because I don't have to fall, obviously. So, okay, I failed. I did not fail, but yeah, not that optimized, badly. Okay. I think I'm still good. This was a good backup. Actually, I have to get hit because I will try to do a death warp. A death warp that will allow me to skip a whole animation and a whole run back. You saw the beginning of this level with the flying platform and stuff, and I really don't want to reach this once again. So, okay. Actually, you will understand better when I will use the death warp. I have to get this guy here, and you can see I only want one portion of heart left. And I didn't took any checkpoint. So now it's time to do it. Okay, I get to this crystal and I get it. And now you saw the beginning of an animation. It was an animation opening a red door, and the door has been opened, and you can see Klonoa dead here. So the door is open, and I'm restarting from here, which means I do not have to take the platform once again. I don't care. I don't care about it because the checkpoint is just beside, so I don't really care about this. There is actually a technique also in that part to do a death warp, but I don't really know how to do it in a regular basis because the last hit is way harder to get in a consistent way. The first one is easier to do, so I won't do it. We'll even take the checkpoint to be sure I won't do it, but yeah, there is also a way to do a death warp here. Okay, I grab this enemy here because I need this guy here to go through the crystal here. Don't ask how is it possible, just we can do it. And I had to put this enemy just at this place to do this trick. Oh, okay. So same mechanic for the next door. Okay. same mechanic. And yeah, I can confirm this is one of the most stressful levels to do in any percent because of the skip, because of the length of this level, because it's extremely long, and because of the boss fight at the end. Because you maybe have noticed it is level vision 6 too, and like every time we have a vision something 2, there is a boss fight at the end. And the boss fight here also has its techniques, and it's also extremely hard to do rightly. So yeah, this level is extremely stressful. Oh, okay. Yeah, the soundtrack of this game is excellent, as well as the second soundtrack of the second game. Okay. For unknown reason, I had to wait here to grab this enemy, but you want another skip? There is one here. I am supposed to go to this platform to destroy the big rolling enemy, but I was actually able to destroy it just by using the right timing at choosing this guy here. But we are already reaching almost the end of this level, but this part, it was one of the hardest ones, not because it's complex, but if you fail one thing, you get to the whole beginning of this part. I mean, if I fall to the previous platform, I won't be able to catch another enemy, so I will have to start for the very beginning, which is very time consuming. Okay, so last interruptor room like this to open the very last door leading to the boss fight. Yeah, actually I remember the Klonoa 2, Klonoa Lunatus Veil, I think it's pronounced like this, demo on the PS2, I think. It was one of the first demo CD of the PS2, and I was in love with this demo. But yeah, to come back to Klonoa Door to Phantomile, it's time to meet our not final boss. I said this was the final level, but not the final vision, because the last vision will be a boss fight. But for now, we are reaching Gadgets. Gadgets has very, very RNG technique. You can see some projectile here. The green ones are just projectiles, and you can see enemies as well. I have to hit gadgets with these enemies. Okay, I was able to do that, so I can do a specific strat in the second phase. This specific strat will allow me to skip the last phase. It's really important to succeed at doing this, because the last phase is really long to trigger. So really, oh, that was good. Let's try. Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay, what happened? Okay, I had been too greedy. I tried the road record strat, and I told in the green room I would not try this, but yeah. It's exceptionally, you will see the last phase. We are not supposed to see it, because if you look at the life of the boss, there is only one hit left, and I totally failed at grabbing the last move to get the last hit during the second phase. Badly. But anyway, we reached the end of this boss, and it's time for the final vision. Final vision is actually a boss fight. We'll fight this great purple thing, which called Natomb, and this boss fight is divided in 3 phases. So for the first phases, we have to to grab these moves here and to use them to put them into the cannons here. So all these people are the people we saved during the run, actually. But we did not see them because we just speedrun everything. It's extremely important here to not get hit by the tongue, because the animation when we get hit is extremely long. So we good for the moment. We just have one hit left. Let's go. Please. Bang. Okay, we are well positioned to grab the last move here and to shoot it into the cannon. And it's the end of the very first phase of the boss. There are two remaining. There are two phases remaining. And for the second phase, we get hidden by the boss. But it gets all weird. Don't ask questions. There is no logic in this boss fight. I don't even know what's this thing. It's just locking inside the stomach or whatever. I don't know what's happening. But we have to destroy these crystals. So there were 4 of them, and there will be one moving one. So I just have to count 1, 2, 3. Okay, up, 1 hit. That's an extremely good thing to have this first hit. Very interesting. And okay, second hit. It's a good performance on this second phase, but this is not over. There is still one phase, and this time I don't know at all anything about the transitions in this boss fight. But yeah, there is still one phase. For the last phase, once again we'll have to shoot enemies on the cannons here. Oh, too bad. Okay. I'm not used to this kind of attacks. Usually it doesn't do that at the first attack. So I was a bit, yeah, it was a bit weird, but okay. Oh, yeah, really. Oh, okay. I'm trying to be as fast as possible. I really don't have to die here, because if I die I will have to redo the whole phase. Not the whole boss, but the whole phase, which is already extremely long. And to remind something, oh, I missed. Too bad. But yeah, it's already an extremely good round, so that's okay. Please. Oh. Okay. I think there is one left. Not sure. Okay, we'll see. The time will be when all the cannons will shoot Nathan for the last time, and yeah, the game timer will stop, which is now. And this is already the end of this run.
Jeez.
And so, yes, we are 40 seconds away from my PB or something like this. So, yeah, that's really good. To be honest, this is extremely good. And this is the end of this boss fight. Yeah, I did not talk about this ball with eyes, which is Klonoa's friend. Actually, we did not care at all about the story of the game, but this is the end. Goodbye, Nighthomb. Yay!
Yay! You said it yourself, that was a really great run. So GG's.
Thanks.
Where can the people find you if they want to see more of you? That was a
people can find me on Twitch. Obviously, they can find me. I have a YouTube channel with my speedrun archives. I also have on this channel a playlist with all the events I participated in, including the GDQ runs. And I also do music, which means if you type Au clair de la ligne somewhere on Google or something, you will find some speedruns and also find some music. So, yeah. Quite pluridisciplinary, I think. Yeah, it was a pleasure to run in this event. Yeah, it was a great initiative as well to showcase some neurodiversity and everything. Yeah, as a concerned person with this thought, mostly with neurodiversity. It was great to run on this. I'd say. Yeah, I guess that's the world at the end for me. And thank you so much for all the people and all the GGs in the chat, obviously. And yeah, play this game. Yeah, Mr. Shota is right. Play this game. It's really great.
Well, with that, thank you so much once again for that run of Klonoa. Really, really appreciate it. But we are going to go ahead and hello Hotfix Nation, and welcome back to Hidden Heroes. This is the Hotfix show where we showcase speedrunners who are part of marginalized communities and the games that they're passionate about that they want to show off. We are back showcasing some runs off backup from the Disability and Neurodiverse special from a couple weekends ago. I do quickly want to shout out Au clair de la ligne once again for that amazing run of Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle. But before we get started with the next run here, I do quickly want to shout out Hotfix submissions. So if you would like to appear on GDQ Hotfix, and we would love to have you, we are currently accepting submissions for the winter season. If you've got a run that you want to be on the channel, send it our way at gdq.gg/submit/hotfix. You can also type !submit in the chat for more details. You can submit whatever runs you'd like. You can also select the show you'd like to be on, and we'd love to have you on Hotfix. Also, if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop with upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. You can use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more information. But with that, I want to toss it over to Peter Afro with Rocket Knight Normal. Good luck, have fun, and take it away.
Alrighty, this is Rocket Knight, a kind of revival of the franchise from the 16-bit era, bringing it to a, not really modern anymore, but at the time modern in 2010. It's still 2D, but with 3D graphics. Arcade mode is a very beautiful game. We're playing on normal, and we'll start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this game plays very much like the old games. Well, I mean, the only other old game I played was Sparks on SNES. You do have it's 2D platformer. You have your boost, but you don't need to charge it like in the 16-bit games, but you do need to have enough fuel, which does replenish. You also have a sword. You can actually cancel the boost with the sword. You also have a fireball. It's not very useful most of the time. Very few circumstances are useful. Yeah, you have to be very strategic with your boost, because you will end up having to wait for it to replenish. Yeah, this is kind of the forgotten game in the series. It's pretty good. This game, it's not like traditional games where it's about the direction you get hit. It's more about like which side of what you get hit of the thing you get hit from. So if you get hit on the left side of like the blade, you go left, and if you get hit on the right side, you go right. This is a bad one to actually play.
I was going to say, like a couple other people, I haven't seen a whole lot of this game as compared to some of the older titles, but this is a good-looking game.
Yeah, this game is not as popular as the older Rocket Knight games. I think there's like only 7 other people that ran this game. So this is an enemy rush. All the enemies will spawn the same spots every time. Including this last one, which ends the level. Alright, that's the first level. The next level is a flying type level. There's 3 of these in this game. They are auto-scrollers. They are not very interesting. You can move around. You can boost using the button to do your little boost attack. You can shoot a few fireballs using the button using the slash. Interestingly, the fireball button they use in the platforming levels doesn't do anything. That's really funny. You can also charge it. You can't charge the fireball in the platforming section really fast. That's useful. So, yeah. I don't really know what to talk about for these sections.
Well, I can talk about Black and Flash's upcoming events. Speeding Through the Holidays is going to be coming up on December 27th and 28th, which is rapidly approaching. It's crazy how close we are to the end of the year. But it'll be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern on both of those days. Back to Black will also return this February from the 5th through the 8th in 2026, which is going to be benefiting Race Forward. So you can use !BAF in Twitch chat to learn more. I've been involved with a lot of those events in particular, as well as some of the past Black and Flash stuff, and it's always a great time. So those events are going to be really, really fun. So you should keep them on your radar.
All right. Yeah, it also sucks these flying levels are the longest levels in the game. Little happens so much. Hey, yeah, I know. We're going to be closer to 2030 than 2020.
I hate thinking about that, actually. Well, I suppose we can also use this time to do a little check-in. Chat, I hope you are getting nice and cozy this evening. It is very cold where I live, so I hope you're cuddling up and having a good time. And I hope that we're also having a good wind down to our year, because like I said, 2026 is rapidly approaching.
Thank you for the sub.
Yeah, we really appreciate everyone who subscribes to the GDQ channel. Whether it's a subscription, Prime Gaming, gift subs, bitch cheered, all of that fun stuff. All of your contributions, they help keep our shows running. So if you're enjoying the stream, you can consider subscribing. You get a whole bunch of fun stuff, including exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, access to chat during replays, all that good stuff. You can also always share the stream with your friends. That also helps as well. Ah yes, I can't believe 2025 was 30 years ago. We do also have a question from chat. What got you into running Rocket Knight, if you don't mind sharing?
What got me to run? I bought the game earlier this year, and then I played it and thought, hey, this game's pretty fun. I'm going to speedrun it. Yeah, this is a pretty recent speed game picked up. It picked up back in October.
Wow. I have to say that's a pretty good story that for a lot of us speedrunners is, you know, we get a game, you're like, you know what, yeah, I think I do want to speedrun this, but only started running it in October. That's amazing.
So this fight is very luck-based. One thing to note, you do not want to be right next to him. He could do like an attack that'll literally like, ricochet you and you temporarily get him. This attack, you want to... The attack where he's standing still and doing the lasers the fastest. No, the diamonds are just for score. It's not relevant to the speedrun. I was just doing it for funsies. What's interesting, that's the only level that's not an end of the world level. That's a boss. Kind of random. So this level, we're going to perform an out of bounds skip. Should note to anyone who wants to run this game, to run on PC, make sure you're using a frame rate limiter program so it's not over 60 frames per second, or else the OOB about to do it doesn't work. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Hug this wall. Wait. You hug the wall, you dash up, then you got to be holding left, and when you're at the corner, you launch a fireball, and it just pushes you to the wall somehow. Again, you gotta make sure your frame rate's not too high. Yeah, I don't know why that's frame rate dependent. So another OB is not frame rate dependent. Here we're gonna just drop down some wires to skip some parts. We're gonna go super fast. Form a little shortcut here. We're gonna skip using this moving platform. Take the damage faster. Okay. This is another enemy rush section. Just like the previous one, all the enemies are in the same spot every time. Here you want to like be at a specific spot because that's where Sparkster will fly. You can tell because it's like left foot will be on like a very visible black line. All right, this is a boss fight. What we're gonna do is use the spin attack, which is when you tap the boost button twice. When doing that little roar, don't bother, you're not gonna get hit. The spin attack does way more damage than normal. The first three end of the world bosses have something called a secret attack, which is like a secret way to attack them. That's used to unlock the hard mode. In this fight, it's deflecting his missiles, but that's slower, so we don't do that here.
Nice.
All right, that's World 1 on to World 2 out of 4. All right, this is a pretty quick level. You gotta get over these balls. I did not want to get sniped by their... I don't know what they're throwing, bombs. They look like Molotovs.
Something.
Okay. That cutscene, you're gonna have to deal with it. Alright, here we go for a little skip. That's the, like, little jetpack. It's a very, very small boost up. That's literally the only use for it. Actually, no, there's one other spot that's useful. It's not very useful. We have to break some rocks, to be able to progress. Wait. Alright, this cutscene we can skip. We gotta sink this ship.
It's a really big ship.
go here, do the spin, and it leaches these logs, and they'll sink. Alright. And time for another flying level.
Woo!
So Chad, if you want to ask me anything, feel free to do so. These little wind currents just push you up the direction they're showing. Like these are up and these next ones are down.
Yeah, while we're waiting for chat to field some questions, if you have any, I can quickly shout out our YouTube channel. So if you would like to watch past Hotfix shows, any special events on the channel, such as the D&D special, or any mainline GDQ marathons, like past AGDQ and SGQ events, you can go to youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. There we go, we do have some
Favorite
questions coming
difference
in.
between this game and its predecessor? Okay, so the only other Rocket Knight game I played was Sparkster on the SNES. I like they don't have to hold the charge for the dash. Also, this game is definitely easier to control platform-wise. I remember the Sparkster and SNES being annoying. Favorite flavor of cake? Tres leches. Tres leches is awesome.
Ooh, that's a good answer. One question I'll ask you, since I know you run more than just this game, what is your favorite speed game, and why?
Probably go with backyard skateboarding. It has a good length, like basically no RNG, lots of cool tricks. And the two different versions give each a really good flavor, very different. It's a fun game. I ran a AGQ 2024. That one sucks, by the way.
I sympathize with that, though. I love the
Favorite
backyard
flavor
sports
of
games.
pie? Apple.
That's tried and true.
Backyard skateboarding, so yes, it is a very interesting game.
Peach cobbler is also really good. You're making me hungry, chat. We're gonna pick some different questions.
No, I don't think I ever ate a peach cobbler pie. That has to be on my to-do list.
Peach cobbler is very, very good, especially with some good ice cream. Oh, that's amazing. This is not related at all, but since we're talking about backyard sports, chat, what is your favorite sport? I know we're currently deep in the football season, but I don't want to talk to anyone about the Baltimore Ravens. Also, yes, indeed, I can confirm backyard baseball was really anxiety-inducing. That was the most evil speedrun I think I've ever done. But it was fun, so.
All right, that exploding of the mines and that ship is literally the only thing to speed up. Well, also defeating the last turn to signal it.
Nice.
All right.
Also getting some good sports answers.
All right. Now we're on to the platform. So this gimmick is that it's like really, really cold, and thus your fuel is not going to heal on its own unless you're near these like torches, or there's like these pickups that will immediately replenish your fuel. And then there's also these like wooden planks you need to like do the spin attack to destroy. Let's try a little shortcut here. Here we go. Oops. Whatever.
I like the sleeper answer on cricket as favorite sport. I don't understand how cricket works at all, but it is really hard, so I gotta give you that. Also got a couple baseballs, got some footballs, a couple basketballs as well, as well as hockey. I wish I could understand hockey. I wish I had the brain power for that, because it's a very cool sport, but to be frank, I have no idea what's happening 90% of the
I
time.
myself am not a sports watcher, so I can answer this question.
That's also very valid.
That wheel enemy is really annoying. Like, I don't think I can hit inside it to really damage it. I also want to do the fireballs. Yeah, Rocket Knight.
Woo! Golf, also good answer.
Okay, so this fight, the normal way to just attack this guy is to deflect the missiles. I could do here, but the secret way is like getting the fall down a hole, the little holes by destroying the block, and that does a ton of damage. So that's what I want to do. Get it over here, drill, tons of damage to outlet. Okay, go here. There we go. Alright, that was pretty good luck. Sometimes you can be very annoying and refuse to move around where you want to. Now that was the option to go to hard mode if you wanted to, but normal mode's way faster. The one the hard mode does, there's more enemies, you take more damage, and bosses have more health. I currently do not run hard mode, but that's on my to-do list. So this starts out with the auto scroller. That's where it's really, really cold and you can't refill a boost. But we did have enough boost for one, so I just used to get downward a bit more faster. Normally supposed to use that boost for these 3 jumps, but you know, this is not a score attack. A lot of these switches in this level. This moving platform, we gotta like free up the like barriers. Gotta wait for this platform to come up. It's not possible to get to this next area without it. Ooh, cycle skip.
Nice.
We gotta go around this area a lot to hit switches. I was trying to do a cycle skip and get on that one particular step platform going upwards, but I failed. It's pretty tricky. Thank you for the raid.
Yeah, welcome Raiders. Welcome to this episode of Hidden Heroes on Hotfix.
So this area, we have to go to these 3 mini rooms and defeat their, like, I don't know what they're called, to get the final door open. Also, as you can see, those teleporters do not have solid floors underneath. It's really weird, kind of random, but not complaining. That's a pretty easy skip. I'm just damn used to instead of having to ride up those platforms. So here we have to, before we can go, we have to defeat this pig enemy. It's pretty easy. You do the spin attack, and if you run out of fuel before the pig's dead, you just slash. So this is next up. This next level has an out of bounds. It's a fair bit different than the one from 1-3. It's a fair bit harder. It's at the end of the level. First, you gotta do an enemy rush. You gotta kill 1 fly, then 2 flies, and then 3 flies. So we're gonna do a little skip here. There's another skip you could do where you like go to the the bottom this area, and then throw a fireball, then immediately dash. It's very hard though. I'm not good at it, and it's not that big of a time save, so it's not a good idea for marathon. The thing about this dash. Wait, I'm trying. Yeah, that dash I just did. There's like a very specific spots where going through that hole works. We're gonna do some skips here. This skips a platform cycle. And then we're gonna wait the exact time to move this upward. So there's a mechanic with these little spin slash. As you right here, I was able to pass through that laser because I wasn't vulnerable. And it kind of pushed me up. I'm gonna do something similar with this roof. Yeah, like I said, it's very hard. There we go. Now I'm over the ceiling. I'm gonna skip a lot of level.
Nice.
So do 2 dashes when I'm in the like background, and that'll be enough. Huh, got a gold split, nice. All right, so this is the World 3 boss. There's only 3 levels in World 3 and 2. And this is also the only level with no flying section. This fight is extremely annoying. Axel will just kind of fly wherever he feels like. And the Sparks and trying to fight him, landing hits on him can feel like a game of chance.
You got it.
Yeah. All right. That's World 3. On to World 4, the final world in the game. We're starting off with the flying section. It is the last one.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, chat. While we're doing this flying level here, I do want to pose a question. Since the title of this game is Rocket Knight, and we had a fight earlier with a really big ship, what is your favorite mode of transportation? Me personally, I mean, flying is fun, but I like a good ship.
Going on foot, jogging's fun.
Jogging is fun, you're right. Me personally, I'm a really big pirate enjoyer, and just like, also historically, like I'm into a lot of like historical things and their mode of transportation are usually ships of some sort. So Vikings, pirates, stuff like that. But while we are getting some answers from the chat there, I do want to shout out Frame Fatales, which is a community of women and femmes who share a passion for speedrunning, gaming, and charity. In addition to their 2 flagship events, they also host activities year-round in their community Discord, like Game of the Month and Randomizer events. You can type !FF in chat to learn more and also get involved. Frost Fatales is also coming up soon. It'll be in March after GDQ. And that's going to be a really great time. I'm going to be in studio for that. So definitely want to tune into that. And hopefully the schedule will be out soon. We did get an air travel, which is good. Flying is fun. Aside from all of the kind of shenanigans that come with flying these days, being on a plane is pretty fun.
I've never done kayaking.
Kayaking is very cool. I've also never been kayaking, but it is very, very cool. I also do like the public transportation answer. Public transportation is always good. With that, I also would like to shout out Black and Flash, which I talked a little bit about earlier, but I can always shout them out more. Which is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. You can learn more at gdq.gg/BAF, or you can also use !BAF in Twitch chat to learn more. We are also coming up on our next event, like I said, Speeding Through the Holidays, which is going to be in a few weeks here, which is scary to think about, as well as Back to Black 2026. Which is going to be coming up in February. So we're going to have a pretty stacked first couple of months throughout the year. We're going to have GDQ, then Back to Black, then Frost Hotels. So.
All right. So this is the end of the stage. We gotta defeat this engine. The game just kind of decides when it wants to let you see the, I don't know if this is a battery or engine or what. Gotta be careful of my health. It's a lot of mashing you gotta do. Another goal split. Alright,
Nice.
This is the last platforming level for the final boss. This is a pretty interesting level, must say. Very complicated movement. We'll go up here. Cancel. For ledge, we do this. Fly, turn left a bit. So I just boosted right. I kill this enemy. We're gonna go up here, grab this rope. I didn't need to kill those enemies, but it's much better to have them out of the way. It'd be a nuisance. We need to flip these switches to unlock these panels. Oh. Oh. Gotta kill the pig. Alright, so on this little blimp, gotta kill some enemies quick. Then we camp down here because another blimp is gonna come by. That little pink flames will hurt you, so. So more enemies are gonna come by, but we do not need to defeat them. This blimp is gonna take care of them for us.
That's awesome.
These enemies we can ignore. So I first mentioned these things you need to take out their little, I don't know, batteries in the back. The best way to do is to slash. Damn, I got nothing. Okay, this is the final boss of the game. This boss is just luck. How it works is that you have to take out this pig machine by hitting its nose, but it only sometimes lets you hit the nose. It just, when it feels like it. If you run this full game, high level, this boss is gonna kill all your runs. Like, yeah, I'm literally just waiting for me to let it hit him. Yeah. And that laser's why I like to camp out here, because you can't get hit by a laser there. Yeah, we're still waiting. Alright, that's the first hit. Sometimes you get really lucky and it's like really quick to get that hit, but not a lot. Like my best set would be done by now. And this is all because of luck. Can't be defeated if your weakness is never exposed. That is true. Okay. Now this part is over. We have to hit. We have to hit this guy, and so it lands on the electric parts. We have to hit it before it hit the boss's health. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! This is so bad. Before that boss's health replenishes, and then we gotta do the whole thing to go over again. Oh man, this is really bad.
That goes.
Wow, this is really bad. Uh-oh. Well. That was bad.
It's all good though. It wouldn't be a good speedrun without some wild R&D.
Okay, it looks like it's being nice. Oh, jeez. I did not see that. I didn't know that hole was in there. Alright, and time.
GG's.
That was a 38:39 RTA. What was Indian time? 33:53 Indian time. Alright. Well, that was Rocket Knight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for having me. Be sure to follow me if you want to see more runs of this. I just realized the VTuber been shutting all the time. What? Oh, whoops. Anyways.
That's all right.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. Like to shout the Rocket Knight community. Oh, cool. All right. Just let me know when I can cut stream.
Hello, Hotfix Nation, and welcome back to this episode of Hidden Heroes. This is, of course, the Hotfix show where we showcase speedrunners who are part of marginalized communities and the games that they're passionate about and that they want to show off. We are back with this episode showcasing some runs off backup from the Disability and Neurodivergent special. I want to thank Peter Afro once again for that great run of Rocket Knight. So thank you once again. This episode is, of course, it comes off the heels of the Disability and Neurodivergent special, which took place a little under 2 weeks ago. And during that special, we raised over $7,800 for the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network, all showcasing speedrunning talent who identified as either neurodivergent or disabled in some way. In this episode, we are showcasing backup talent, of course, because we had so many wonderful submissions of people showing up to support the event that we couldn't take everyone. But we did have some awesome backup runs just in case we needed them, so that's what we're showcasing on the show now. But with that, I wanna welcome on sort of my partner in crime for that event, the event was really her brainchild. So Satan, I want to welcome you on with World of Goo Any Percent Skips. So good luck, have fun, and welcome.
Oh, thank you, Anarchy. Yeah, it was such a pleasure to work on that event with you. I'm really glad that we're here talking about it and doing a little retrospective because it was so much fun. But also, yes, hi, my name is Satan herself, or Satan Isn't Herself on Twitch. I speedrun a lot of games, and I submitted this one to the D&D special, and we had it on backup in case we needed it. And, well, look, here we are today showing y'all this game. It is a classic physics puzzle platformer, or not platformer, yeah, I keep saying that, physics puzzle game. It's a really, really fun game and has a lot of interesting themes. It's got an interesting art style. Y'all will love it, I am sure. It's very up, sort of, I think, my alley in terms of speedruns. So if you've ever seen me speedrun before, this is another one in that sort of vein. It's really cool. I've showcased this one once on the channel at Frost Fatals this year. So it's good to finally get World of Goo on Hotfix. I think this is the first time it's been on a Hotfix show. So yeah. And yes, the Disability and Neurodivergent Special was so much fun. I did pitch that, and then Anarchy came on with me, and we did such a wonderful job. I hope that you all agree with me on that one. And then, of course, PT helped us as well. So giant shout-outs to PT and the producers behind the scenes once again for that event. But yeah, y'all are here to see World of Goo, so let's play World of Goo and let's do some yapping. So, timer does not start when I click on Chapter 1, but I did want to just show the main menu real quick. You got to do a fresh file for this category. It's called any % skips, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that means as we get into the run. But as you can see, this is our D&D file. Let's go ahead and click into Chapter 1. Time is going to start when I click on this first level, which is called Going Up, and it really should be called Gooing Up. I don't know why they missed the opportunity on that one. But yeah, Anarchy, would you like to give us a quick countdown?
I sure would. We're going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So this first level really shows you kind of what the main mechanic of the game is about. Build goo balls to the pipe. Oh, wow. I haven't had that happen in a while. And then shuttle your goo balls into the pipe to get as many as the level requires. So this level only needs 4. So we got 4. Usually you can just get to the pipe just fine with rebuilds. There we did, but then it kind of unsuctioned itself, and so we had to go back again. The suction of the goo pipe is very important, and we use it to kind of cheese a lot of the levels here and there to get solutions that wouldn't necessarily be possible if it didn't have that sort of additional bonus mechanic. But here, the game's basically showing you how to build bridges, which is one of my favorite things to do in this game. But just a little small bridge, and you just go quickly, and you're done. That's Small Divide for you. These first levels are really simple. They're just kind of showing you a little bit of the basic physics and how the game works. But we're going to get into some really interesting stuff super soon in this run. This run kicks it into high gear very, very quickly. But the first couple of levels are just telling you kind of how it works here. Hang low, we're introduced to the albino goo balls. They aren't too much different than standard gray ones, except for that they can make more connections. So they kind of build a little differently. As you can see here, that's a lot more connections than we were seeing before. Again, it doesn't matter that much though. And you can see I'm kind of stretching my mouse as far up as I can go when I'm building to kind of make these long, long connections that are still fairly stable and quick to make. And there we go. That was a really nice hang low. Let's see the final time on that. 15. Yeah, that's perfect. You can see the little time that you get at the end of each level, which makes this a really nice speed game for being able to kind of track it yourself. And this is the first cutscene. So this game actually has a lot of cutscenes. They're a really nice breather in the speedrun. You can kind of take a breath because the levels themselves, as you can see, really intense. A lot of mouse movement, lots of going fast. The World of Goo Corporation is now open, and the World of Goo Corp is kind of going to be where the story is centralized around in this game. The World of Goo Corp does a lot of things. You'll see all the things that it does in this run. But yeah, this game might be a little anti-corporate. We might be having a little bit of an anti-corporate sentiment here in this one, and you'll see how that kind of manifests. But first, we're gonna get introduced to balloon balls, and they do exactly what you think they would. Just raising up these structures. This level here, you're supposed to get a 16 or a 17 pretty much every time. It's kind of like an auto-scroller a little bit, and there we go.
That's so fun. That's such a fun mechanic.
It's great, and there's a lot of levels that you'll see later in this run that use the balloon balls to fantastic effect. They are really, really cool, and you can actually do one of the coolest street cheese strats in the run just based on them. Again, we'll see that later. They're a lot of fun. And here we've got Tumblr. So this one introduces us to these green goo balls, and the green goo balls actually have a special property where you're able to disconnect them from the structure after you've made one. All right, yeah. Sometimes you can get all 8 in there when you build, but it's very rare. I would say it only happens like 5% or fewer of the time. And usually that just lets you build a nice little thing out here so you can build back up. But that's not really useful in this particular level for the speed strat, but it will be later. The ability to unstick them and restick them back onto your structure. Nice and flexible. Here's Fisty's Bog. I like this one a lot.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But here's Fisty. This is Fisty. Yeah, don't worry about it. But what we're gonna... I know, right? That's kind of my show themed a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to build out this really, really long sort of snaking structure to the end here. And then we're going to grab our goo balls. Because there are spikes on the top and the bottom of the level, we have to make sure to keep it kind of in the middle the whole time. And of course, since the pipe is in the middle, that's just optimal anyways. What's that, 21? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take that. I'll take it. And then here's the level I was talking about that's going to showcase the green goo balls really well. Because here in Ivy Towers, it's going to give you the sort of illusion of being able to get to the pipe by yourself, but they actually don't give you quite enough goo balls to just build up there. And you're going to need to figure out how to creatively destroy your structure in order to make it. So we're going to do this and that. Yeah, give me back. Give me up here. And then here. And then if you watch the world record holder do this run, there's actually a alternate strategy where you make a little link of 2 goo balls and then you push it up all the way to the top, and it's really, really fast, but it is incredibly difficult. I would highly recommend watching the world record of this run. I'm a pretty good speedrunner of this, definitely have worked on it hard, but there are some strategies that are unbelievable in this game. And some of the top level runners can really, accomplish them.
Hard, yeah.
Oh yeah, they are super, super difficult. And then welcome to Impale Sticky. Yeah, these saws, they're not our friends. But quick building is our friend, making sure that we get that structure built before, and I'm gonna actually throw this goo ball at the other goo balls to get it to go near the structures and wake up. Making sure we can build that structure onto the wall before it collapses is important. And there we go, done. Impale Sticky. Yeah.
Let me know when you'd like my first D&D related question.
Oh, absolutely. Now's a really good time, actually, because we're getting into some of the levels that are going to mostly repeat what we've seen for a little bit here.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, the D&D special was kind of your brainchild. Kind of what was your thought process, or like what made you pitch the D&D special?
Yeah, so I'm autistic, and I've known that for a couple years now, maybe 3-4 years, something like that. And I've always found it really important to kind of say the word autism and sort of talk about it explicitly with the people around me and in my life. And I've always found it like really unfortunate that there was this big societal stigma around doing so. And it really sort of punctuated to me how much other people were probably going through the same thing, whether their disabilities were, visible or not visible. By the way, 26-second chain, really good. Really, really good. So good stuff. We also have our first skip here. Again, I'll talk about that more later, but don't worry about it. But yeah, it kind of made me think, if I'm this kind of sad that people don't want to talk about, the thing that that affects my life every single day, and they don't want to talk about it in this sort of like neutral or positive way. It's all about overcoming your disability, overcoming, your neurodivergence, then, I should make that space with the opportunity that I have as a GDQ showrunner to make that happen. And so that was kind of the idea behind the D&D special. And I think, I hope that y'all will agree with me that I think it achieved that really, really well. I was very happy with how it went. And it was just a lot of fun. The whole goal was really for it to just be a celebratory space and a time where people could, tell their stories, talk about their lives openly without worrying about sort of, how they're supposed to be presented as a person who is disabled. 37 seconds, again, pretty good there for the bridge builder. You're supposed to build that really high and then knock it over. That's like the intended solution. But I like building bridges and I'm very fast at that. So pretty much. So I just do that. That's kind of, I would say, my specialty as a speedrunner of this game. And you'll see that later in a level at the very end. But first we have Regurgitation Pumping Station. Lovely, isn't it? We're kind of using these green ones, and you'll see why we need to use the green ones here in a second. Come on, game. Why are we not letting me place that? All right, we're getting up into these sort of like little rolling machine things. and we're trying to make enough traction that, they just bring everything up themselves.
Fun.
And then we have to disconnect it from the big structure. Exactly. And then, whoa, it went all the way up this time. It doesn't usually do that. It usually just stays closer to the bottom. And then we have to attach these floating eye balloon ball things onto it. I don't think it matters how many you attach. I don't think that makes it any faster or slower. But I just attach as many as I can anyway for fun. And here's our first end of world cutscene. There's always one at the end of the world of each of our 4 worlds here that we're going to be playing. And then the 5th world we are going to be playing, but we're going to be skipping all of the levels in that one. Even though they're fantastic, they're just too long. So let's actually talk about the category real quick so that y'all are acquainted. So basically, this game is really accessible. We're talking about D&D. They wanted this game to be super accessible to the public. Also, that's a gold. Nice. So really good chapter 1 there. Good stuff. And so they made it so that you can skip any level besides the last level of the game, essentially. Almost every single level is just skippable. You can go into the menu and click skip level. And while that's really nice for casual play and all that, it's not really the most entertaining for speedrunners to just click skip level for the vast majority of the thing. So true any percent is actually not a very popular category. The 2 most popular categories are any percent, which we just play all the levels, or any percent skips, where you get 3 skips per world, just for free, and you can use them anytime during the run. So we get 3 at the beginning. So we use 1 on Tower of Goo in the first chapter, and then we kind of ration them out throughout the rest of the game, choosing the levels that take the most time and skipping those. So that's kind of where you'll see those skips employed. This one is not a skip, and in fact, it's a really cool level. You were talking about how you like the balloon balls earlier, Anarchy. Well, look at what they can do.
Yay.
So the game wants you to. Woo! Look at that.
Awesome.
The game wants you, I know, right? To use the balloon balls and kind of rotate them around the structure in order to make it move. That's what the game wants you to do, but we're not super interested in doing that. We would rather throw the goo balls as hard as we can at the structure to move it. That was not quite right, was it? So unfortunately there, we had some unluckiness with where that dropped down. But we did get to show off the, and let's just make sure this works this time. Be safe. There we go. That's what you're supposed to do. We did get to show off the flies. So if you make a mistake, you can click one of those little white flies that are flying around on your screen, and then that makes you go back and move. So ideally, that one is supposed to be closer to like 25 seconds. But because we messed up there, we had to take a little extra time. That's okay. This level, Blustery Day, has a really cool like little skip, but we don't do it because this level's way too long. Bye-bye. One of our skips. And then this one is the opposite. It has not a whole lot of cool things going on, but it is shorter, so we do it. This is like the closest to an auto-scroller besides probably Flying Machine that we have in this game. So what we do is we make a nice little structure here, attaches all our goo balls, and then we raise this arm up. And there's one thing we can do to make ourselves go faster, which is bring these balloon balls all the way over here, because we're going to need them later, and push our structure using the balloon balls over to the right. Now, you can actually use all the goo balls to push structures and things like that, but the balloon balls have the biggest hitbox, so they make the biggest physical impact when you use them, which is why they're the most usable for this sort of strategy. And then let me grab them, and there they go. And then we just hope we have 30 on our thing. We don't. The good news about that is that we should have a green from over here we can grab as a backup. Usually you get 30 and it's not a problem. So that was a little weird, but we have our backup.
I did want to point out a
don't have to
really nice
redo it,
message
luckily.
from chat that said that the D&D special had GD queer
please
energy
do.
and how uplifting and celebratory it was, which was the whole point. So thank you for that. And I think that's kind of the point of a lot of the special events that we have here that are supposed to uplift marginalized communities that we have in the speedrunning space. It's all to celebrate how just awesome it is to be whatever it is you are. Whether that's Frame Fatalis doing events that celebrate women and femmes, whether it's Black and Flash celebrating Black speedrunners, whether it's special events like the D&D special or GD Queer. All of it is just meant to celebrate us, even our differences. So, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. It was just really heartwarming to be able to see people actually talk about, their disabilities. And in their submissions, I mean, we had so many submissions where people were talking about, how they wanted to talk about X or Y or Z thing, specifically, and what the plans were for that. And I thought that was so cool because I'd never really seen that anywhere else in the speedrunning space or kind of otherwise. People being really excited to participate in that way. Leap hole, it's a bug, or it's a feature, not a bug. It's not a bug, it's a feature. So, yeah, this is where the game explicitly teaches you can do this. You can figure it out yourself, of course, before. But if you don't, the game is basically like, well, you know how you can detach the green balls? You can do it again. I like that it's... well, yes, exactly. Yeah, we have a couple of levels here we're skipping, and that are a little bit easier. So if you have another question, Anarchy knows a really good time.
Rack the brain a little bit. I wrote down a couple of different things.
All good. Or anything you just want to yap about.
I really cannot express how kind of difficult it was to make the schedule. We had so many submissions.
Gosh, it really was.
Way more than we were expecting.
So many. We had over 120 submissions, I want to be clear to y'all, chat, which is a lot for a special like we were putting on. So many. There were so many people who were enthusiastic about it, and that just made us really happy.
Thank you all for making our jobs hard.
So thank you very much. Yes, exactly. And speaking of hard, well, this level isn't hard, but it is really risky, which is annoying. There's a reason. There's a reason that I took 3 of the drill balls, even though you only need 2, because sometimes they can kind of just shoot off of this structure and then fall to their deaths. It's not great. But yeah, this level teaches you how to use the whistle, which is actually going to be quite important for the rest of the run. Basically, if you hold down on your left mouse button while you're going through, you're going to start whistling, and the goo balls really like the sound of the whistle, so they gravitate towards it. And in that particular level, it's basically showing you can kind of affect the physics by having goo balls in one place or another because they have weight. However, we're going to mostly use it to get goo balls to the pipe quickly at the end of levels, which is a huge time save throughout the rest of the run. All right, this one's really cool. The red carpet has a lot of different moving pieces. I also like making the beauty ball look around. But first we're gonna have to make a little platform here. This is gonna be for our beauty ball later. She's got the special treatment. We're also gonna bring down a couple goo balls for safety, marathon safety there. And then we have our little trick in the run here. You're supposed to weigh down that gray platform there, but we don't need to do that. We can just sneak the albino goo balls right underneath that little seam there. The game didn't think about that as a possibility. And then push our goo ball up there. I know, isn't that great? And then we're gonna make this big old structure as fast as we can towards the top. Yeah, sometimes that happens with the green ones. They can be really finicky, unfortunately. And just disagree with you. I have to get one that's not... yeah, that was structurally important, wasn't it? Classic. Thank you, game.
Games like these,
there we
like
go.
This one, and what is it? Whatever. I was gonna say earlier that this game gives me very much whatever bridge building game is on cool math games. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called, but it's giving that
vibes. It kind of does.
And they teach me.
Yeah,
I should not ever be an architect. Is what I will say.
That's what we know now. Yeah. And welcome to the genetic sorting machine. Yeah, this game has a lot to say about beauty standards. It's kind of one of the biggest themes of the game here. And it's not something I think we can get into too well here, but just know that the game is very critical of how the world sees people based on their appearance. And I'm going to use this goo ball to push it back. Nice. Not worry about the structure. What? How are you back? I've literally never seen that.
Oh,
Thanks,
there you
game.
go. You said the thing.
And we pushed the goo ball through the wall. All right.
Right,
Fantastic.
okay.
We were not supposed to see that until later. What are you doing? Okay, I had to go look. Oh, right. This is the wrong one. Yeah, it's called a sorting machine for a reason, Sadie. That's how it works. All right. Nice mistake. I've literally never made this mistake before.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, but that's all right.
I do want to pose a question to chat. By the way, if you were around for the D&D special, and if you weren't, you can catch the VODs on YouTube.
They're all up right now,
by the way. But if you've watched any of the VODs for that, or you were there live, I would like to pose what one of your favorite runs from the event was. Like I said, we had like banger like bar for bar schedule, so there are a lot of right answers. Satan, if
they're all a right answer in my opinion. Like genuinely. But for me, oh my gosh, I rewatched the Stanley Parable run the other night, and
that was so fun.
When Peebs goes, Osborne is DMing me, I laughed out loud. That was so good. Also, this is the longest cutscene in the game, so this is a perfect time to talk about our favorite runs.
Right.
They also, just a real quick summary of this one, the world had kind of been dilapidated a little bit. The goo balls were kind of just doing their own thing, but it had been clear that previously the world had been kind of active in more like industrial sense. But this sort of Sleeping Beauty giant statue thing, they weren't sure what was going on with that. But through getting the goo balls up to her face, they discovered that she's actually a power source. Don't worry about it, just play the game. But that's what's going on right now. In terms of favorite runs, yeah, Stanley Parable was hilarious. Ultra Deluxe, Peebs did a fantastic job with that. Katamari was so much fun. We had the new Katamari game, Once Upon a Katamari, on the channel for the first time during the event. That was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed the Run of Rugrats run, and what the runner had to say at the end of the run, I thought really kind of encapsulated what the event was about. Just being able to sort of speak to those experiences in life. The Wario's Woods run had a lot of that too. Yeah, just a lot of fantastic stuff. Both Souls runs were so much fun. What do you think, Anarchy?
Never minding that I was a part of the Stanley Parable run, that was just hilarious. I had been looking forward to that since it was submitted, and every part of it delivered. That was amazing. But also, I really, really enjoyed our rhythm games, both Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage and Muse Dash. Those are really fun. I've been really into rhythm games myself lately. I've been playing way too much Fortnite Festival, so getting to watch people who are playing way more complicated rhythm games than that was really, really fun. But also Vex by Jaxler, because it's Jaxler. That was
oh my
awesome.
gosh, Vex was so good. Okay, for some reason the Burning Man strategy is not agreeing with me. Usually I get this just fine. So I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with it. So how this works is we're gonna want to, there we go, throw the goo ball onto the back of the wall, have it inflame itself while it is going through there, and then that kind of breaks down our strategy without having to build a structure that goes all the way to the flame. You can get that in any amount of throws. I got it in one throw in a PB attempt the other day. I got it in 2 throws in my actual PB, and in there it took like 10 throws. So sometimes it cooperates with you and sometimes it doesn't. That's just the way of World of Goo. It's a really finicky physics platformer. It's really fun to do well, but sometimes the game just does not agree with whatever you're trying to do. Here's Secondhand Smoke. So this one, we're using the burning balls again, same as last level, to sort of break down this structure so that we can get the albino goo balls down to the pipe here and bring these sort of tar goo balls up. The tar ones are different in that you can't actually build with them, but you can collect them to finish the level and win. So that's kind of the point there. And there we go. Yeah. But yeah, please do watch all of the runs. They're all in a playlist on the GDQ channel. They're all also just kind of generally there. They were posted decently recently, so you'll find them really easily. Yeah, there's so much good stuff. We had Banjo-Tooie as the opener. We had Super Monkey Ball as the closer. And, you know, everything in between, literally, was just so much fun. Highly recommend. Okay, Missy's Long Bony Road. So this is basically the sequel to Fisty's, Fisty's Fog.
Oh my goodness.
And here, I know, you can see him in the background. And yeah, this character, Misty, I don't know, they seem to have a rough go of it, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all fine, right? But this level introduces us to these sort of bony goo balls, and unfortunately we're not going to see them again. This is the only time that we see them in the run, which is really too bad. I
don't think I want to see them again.
Ooh, they can go on spikes.
Okay.
Respect them.
Okay, right. right.
I can't believe you don't respect them.
I didn't say that. They just like they look like if like Minecraft Steve like died.
I did not think about that. Now I'm gonna think about that every time I play this one. Thanks. Very cool. Also, that was a 45-second Misty. So even though Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 have not gone great so far, that was a really good level. So bringing it back. And you know what? That Chapter 1 gold, I'll ride that high the whole day because I do not often get a Chapter 1 gold. That is a tough one to get. This level is the speedrun level in the game. It wants you to go fast. We do not need nearly the amount of time that this level gives us. Not even close. It's one of those speedrunners know. And there we go. All done. For some reason, the level only requires that you get 9 of these sort of beauty ball component things, whereas it gives you like 10 billion to go get. But you only need to do the first couple ones to get all those 9, so it's all good. This level, you will see done in the world record run in a way that I don't physically understand. You can put this yellow ball in here, and it doesn't make sense. We're going on. People who are amazing at this game are amazing at this game. Trust me. So we're actually going to try Upper Shaft here, and this is a level that I haven't gone for in a marathon run yet, so we're going to do it for the first time today. So this is going to rely on a mechanic that we accidentally saw in Genetic Sorting Machine that I've never done in Genetic Sorting Machine. But basically, first of all, we kind of build next to the wall, and you can actually build through walls in this game. So there you go. That's interesting. Actually, I think I'm going to have to correct that. I built in a way that isn't going to work for this strat. Okay, we're going to do this. A little annoying, but that's fine. And then here's the mechanic I was talking about. You can actually throw through the wall, although apparently this is not stable. So we're gonna have to fix that before we do that. And then if you're fast enough with your mouse, nice, you can actually build through the wall. Although here, I'm gonna have to take a big risk and do this. Nice. That was a huge save. I don't think I've ever had to save this level that way before. And there you go, that's Upper Shaft. You can of course do that cleaner really cool. And do it fast, but isn't that strategy so cool? I'm really happy I was able to show it off in a marathon. I've been working really hard on that. That's a tough strategy. You have to throw through the wall really quickly, and that still might be faster than the level I'm gonna skip as a result of having done that. So that still might have been time safe actually, even though it was messy. So pretty happy with that, that one's kind of an auto-scroller and it's way too long. This one's really cool. You have to explode the head. So in this one here, we're gonna go ahead and explode that bomb that's up there that the level showed us. But we're not gonna build to it to explode it. We're actually just gonna throw some goo balls against the wall, set them on fire. There's an optimal angle to do this, of course. Perfect. But it's a little bit hard to get it, so you just throw it at the right spot. You hope that the flaming goo ball travels up, grabs the bomb, explodes it, and then the head explodes. And then you get a really fast level. Yeah, 16? Nice. Very good. Yep. And then as you can see with this whole chapter and kind of the aesthetic that it has, this is where the World of Goo Corporation's industrialization is kind of coming back, because we got the power source of the beauty structure thing back. And the world is maybe not doing so hot. You can see everything's kind of on fire. There's fumes everywhere. Maybe not the most ideal. So we're about to launch a new product to kind of bring us into the next age. It's going to be a cleaner, better version of the world, right? What do you think's gonna happen with the product launcher, Anarchy?
It's gonna go great, I think.
Yeah, it's all gonna be
Certainly.
fine, and nothing will ever go wrong with any part of this. But first, we got to get out the product launcher. We got to actually see what it does. And here's where the product launcher is stored. So we have to blow this thing up beforehand, and it's going to launch the Z product. So what do you think the Z product's going to do, Anarchy? What's the Z product for?
Something.
This is something. Well, you're kind of right. We'll explain soon. But first of all, here's the product launcher. It is the literal product launcher. That's what it's gonna do. This game likes its jokes. It's got jokes. And then we're gonna have a cutscene after to show what the product launcher is gonna do. So we have a little bit of downtime here after this one goes. That was a pretty cool chapter 3, I would say. That was besides our first level, which took a little while more to do than usual. That was fast. So pretty happy with the showcase there. Everybody's looking and waiting to see what the Z product is gonna do. Chat, any guesses?
Oh.
Yeah, what do we think's gonna happen with that?
That's my live reaction.
What is it? I love the people in this game. They just go. They make little sounds, or they scream. That happens sometimes too. So, it's a Z-axis.
Oh, that
Yeah. The world was 2D and now it's 3D.
Oh.
Congratulations. World of Goo is now 3D. Yippee. And that sounds awesome. Welcome to Third Dimension, but there's a catch. Thanks, World of Goo Corp. And the catch is that we're outdated now. We're incompatible with the world. Oh no.
Right.
Yeah, so we have to go contact tech support in the information superhighway. The information superhighway is what this game thinks the internet looks like because it came out in 2008. Here's the internet in 2008.
Oh, that's awesome. I think that is what it looked like, actually.
Yeah, with all the little ones and zeros floating around
Yeah,
and the
yep,
green. It's
that's
the
it.
best. I love this game so much. But yep, so we're in the internet now. Normal, regular stuff. I'm trying to get to the green ones that can actually build here. But the circle ones are in the way. And we're introduced to these little circular goo balls, and those can actually get flung, as you can see. We sort of flung them across this gap and got this level done in a pretty short amount of time. It's a little introductory level. In this next level, we're going to see sort of how the acrobatics can really go, because it's going to sort of ask us to navigate through this big old maze of gears and scariness. And there's also wind blowing towards the left. So we're going to use that leftwards blowing wind to make these sort of difficult angles work in between all these gaps. So you can see like here, that goes on through, and etc. and etc. And this is why I brought over a couple extras. Because the gears sometimes will not play nice with you.
I sure do. Yeah, I do quickly want to shout out. We did have a lot of people bring up some of their favorite runs in chat when we were talking about that. Had some people bring up Super Mario World Kaizo the Sapphire.
Oh, yes.
That was very, very good. I was there for that. You were as well. Kaizo the Sapphire. That was very, very good. I was there for that. You were as well.
Yes, no bias. That's totally not my like girlfriend or anything. Shout outs to Mark C. Also, fantastic Kaizo player, by the way. Go follow them if you are not already. But continue.
Yeah, Marcy was supposed to be here, but couldn't be with us due to some scheduling errors. But hooray! Yeah.
All right, GPU. This is kind of a random level. We kind of just fling everything around this gap, and then we use these red goo balls, which are new, in order to create a little tether that is going to bring everything towards the pipe. But it's a little random whether this works, so we're just gonna hope it works first try. It looks like it will. Fingers crossed. Yep, good stuff. Anarchy, anything else that people were talking about? You want to mention?
We also had Warriors Woods, which we mentioned before, was also very good. Tunic Rando was very fun. Even just the concept of that, getting rid of every blade of grass is awesome. As well as Viewfinder and Peggle, World of Warcraft. I know Peggle is very much up your alley, so...
Yeah. I haven't been on the channel in a little while, actually. Not since around SGDQ, but yeah, Peggle is kind of that's kind of where I started speedrunning the Peggle series. It's a fantastic speed game, and there's a lot of sort of similarities to this, actually. I would say, in terms of sort of transferable skills, a lot of quick mouse movement, a lot of quick thinking, a lot of improv, stuff like that. And speaking of precision mouse movement, this is Roadblocks. Roadblocks is a level where you're supposed to use those little block things on the bottom to make a bridge that you can use, or a little support that you can use to make this bridge, because the game gives you some really scary gears on the bottom there. And then, that's unlucky. Yes, perfect. Saved. And expects you not to be able to build a bridge because this part of the level is obstructed. But if you are good at bridge building and you have the specific technique that I just used there, you can do it yourself. 35 seconds, not bad. Not bad for Roadblocks at all.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll take that. Here is a really fun little level called Graceful Failure. This one, you're supposed to interact with these block things again, and Jenga this little piece on the top all the way down. That would take a very long time. Let's not do that. There we go. That's better.
Right. Right.
That's better. I think that's better, I think. Yeah, really good one. 10 seconds is really fast for Graceful Failure. I am very happy with that. And then we're going to skip Alice and Bob in the third party because it is a whole extended metaphor for coding, actually, but materialized into World of Goo terms. And I think that's really cool, but coding in like chat rooms and stuff, it's interesting, but it's really long, so I don't think we're going to learn about code today. Sorry, chat. You can go to Khan Academy or whatever. And then the server farm. So this one is one of the hardest levels in the game, and it's fitting that it's one of the last levels in the game that we're going to end up playing. Basically, the level says, build really, really stably. Build a really, really stable tower, because this platform is not stable. And this one, we're kind of lucky if we get it first try. This is a tough, tough level. So I'm going to just focus up on that real quick. I'm going to use our whistle here in order to get all the goo balls in time. No! And this level is mean and punishing because it doesn't let you go back a move. So you have to do it again. And as you can see there, tough. Really tough level. But luckily it's short, so we can retry it here. This tower is a little bit sketchy. And we convince the game to let it fall the right way. Yes, we can, I think.
I'm believing in your process.
There we go.
Yup.
That was close, but we got it. All good. Whew. Okay, 23 seconds on the second try. That's all right. That's fine. That works for me. And then we're going to go talk to Mom. So we haven't talked about Mom yet, but Mom is kind of the central thing that this world is revolving around. And the game actually never tells us what Mom stands for. So chat, if you have any ideas about what Mom stands for, please do tell them to us. We did this during Frost, and we had some lovely donations that gave some ideas. That was a lot of fun. But yes, please do tell. We're going to make a nice block tower all the way to Mom. It's kind of having us use our block skills that we were supposed to learn before, although we didn't. We kind of ignored all of that. But luckily, we still know how to make a little tower of blocks. This looks more precise than it actually is. The game's pretty forgiving with stacking the blocks. But pretend I'm really good at this game, I guess. It's fine.
you are, I would say.
Yeah, this game's really hard. I will give myself credit on that. It is really, really difficult. One of the hardest speed games I've played for sure. But we're going to ask Mom some questions. She doesn't really want to talk to us because she's busy sending spam to everyone in the world, millions and millions of users, pretty much everybody. And we see that and we're like, well, if you won't agree to help the world be not 3D anymore so we can be compatible with the world, then can we help you send spam to everybody in the whole world? And Mom's like, everybody deletes all my spam. It would be awesome if they read my spam. So yeah, totally. Let's do it together. And she directs us towards the big recycle bin in the southeast in order to get back all of the spam that everyone's ever deleted. Unbeknownst to her, if we release all of that at once, that might pose some issues for the World of Goo Corporation. Which kind of, is good for us. So we're going to accept her terms and conditions, and we're going to go release all of the spam emails that have ever been deleted in the world. Welcome to Deliverance. This is the last real level we're going to play during this game, so enjoy it. We're going to just destroy all of the layers here with these sort of flaming goo balls. We got lucky there, actually, and everybody actually burned up all the layers, which is what's supposed to happen, but that one could have not. And then we use some physics and push this tail over to the side. You ever remember going on swings as a kid? Same principle. And then we blow everything up. And the undelete button is now in the big recycle bin. And here's all the spam. It's coming back.
Yay.
Yay. So, World of Goo Corp is about to have a not so fun time.
Oh, I bet.
We'll just say that. Yeah, there's only so much spam you can handle being undeleted at once, I think. The ground shakes. And, new mail. Yeah, that doesn't look so good. So, World of Goo Corp is destroyed. Yep. The way that we save ourselves and maybe the world's a question mark in this game. I'm not completely sure. Definitely ourselves though. That's a bad sign. That's a pretty bad sign. Is to destroy a large corporation. Yippee. That's out of chapter 4. So I told y'all that we would be skipping the end of the game, and we are. You can go watch that Frost run to see all of these levels because they were included as an incentive. So these are really, really cool creative levels. They have super cool cheeses, all of them, but they're too long. Some players do include the final level in this world as part of their route because it can kind of be done with just build fast. But the first two have cheeses that can take a while, so usually people don't. But yeah, if you want to see these, please go watch that Frost Rod. It was pretty fun and cool to play this one on the channel. Even though I did try the skip in the level I didn't even show to y'all this time because I did a different level for like 2 minutes. Not wise. But anyways, we're going to Observatory Observation Station. So this is the final level in this run. We're gonna send the goo balls up to the skies so that they can look for a new world that isn't completely decimated by spam emails to go inhabit. And we use these little flying pufferfish goo balls that we see the first time here. We kind of just flick them up quickly and then they rise up. So time is not now. Time is going to be when this cursor disappears, the one that I'm kind of wiggling around right now. And I will call that out when it happens. But the run has been played. This was a pretty fast run, actually. I would say for a no reset, not too bad, and especially for some of the mistakes that we had to deal with earlier in the run. I would say we pulled through with a pretty efficient run at the end of the day, all things considered. But
GG's.
Yeah, if you want to see more of this one and time, yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yes. If you want to see more of this one, you can come down to Satan Isn't Herself on Twitch. That is where I do this game, as well as lots of other games. I've been doing a lot of Plants vs. Zombies lately, including blindfolded PvZ, do a lot of Peggle, a lot of Peggle Nights, a lot of other things. Shout outs to Marcy, who was supposed to be here. Shout outs to the whole World of Goo speedrun community. Y'all are fantastic, and this game is really hard and cool. And shoutouts to Anarchy, of course, for having me, and huge shoutouts to the entire D&D crew. Everybody both behind the scenes and running and on backup. and on backup comms and on comms. Just if you participated or if you submitted as well, thank you so much for making the event so special. It was truly the most fulfilling thing I've done at GDQ so far, I would say, is making that come to life. And we're really hoping to be back next year for more. And it was just such a wonderful and lovely time. Please go watch those VODs. They're all on a playlist on the Games Done Quick YouTube. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. And have a lovely rest of the night on GDQ Hotfix.
Hey, thank you so much
Bye.
for that, Satan. Like I said, it was so wonderful for you to work with you and for you to be my partner in crime alongside PT to work on the D&D special. It was absolutely a joy to be able to give another sort of platform for people to be able to be celebrated and to be showcased on the channel. So thank you once again. But with that, my friends, I think we've had a very successful, very good episode of Hidden Heroes, showcasing some of the runs that were on backup from the D&D showcase. We had like we said, we had so many people who submitted and just an outpouring of support. We just couldn't. We had 2 days, so we couldn't showcase everyone. But I'm glad that you got to see some of the runs on backup that didn't get pulled during the event. But with that, I do quickly want to say thank you to everyone for supporting the Games Done Quick channel with your subscriptions, your gift subs, your bits, cheered, all of that, even including just sharing the channel around. We really appreciate it. Your contributions help keep our shows running. So if you're enjoying the stream, please consider subscribing. You can get exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, access to chat during replays, and all that other fun stuff that comes with being a subscriber. But with that, I want to thank all the talent I had on the show tonight, and we will be back soon in about 2 weeks with more Hidden Heroes. So remember, my friends, you're all great. You're all heroes. It's going to be a good night for me, but make sure you stay tuned on the channel for Express Lane with Asuka after the break. You're all awesome, and stay tuned.